Okay, over here you see that that's the first unit, unit 1, that is diversity in living world. Okay, in this chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3 belongs to botany. Okay, so you can write for the first chapter, second chapter and third chapter as B, botany. Okay, and the rest animal kingdom is for zoology. Okay, now unit 2, that is structural organization in plants and animals, you see that chapter 5 and chapter 6 is botany. एक ही चैप्टर है स्ट्रक्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन एनिमल्स, वो जूलॉजी. यूनिट 3 सेल स्ट्रक्चर एंड फंक्शन में चैप्टर 8 सेल द यूनिट ऑफ लाइफ और चैप्टर 10 सेल साइकिल एंड सेल डिवीजन. ये दोनों बॉटनी के चैप्टर्स है और बायोमोलिक्यूल्स जो है वो है जूलॉजी का. ओके, यूनिट 4 कंप्लीटली बॉटनी का है एंड यूनिट 5 कंप्लीटली जूलॉजी का है. ठीक है, तो आज हम शुरू करेंगे, दैट इज द फर्स्ट चैप्टर, दैट इज लिविंग वर्ल्ड. ओके, और एक बात, आपको ना टेक्स्ट बुक के खोना एवरी कॉर्नर ऑफ द टेक्स्ट बुक यू शुड नो. इवन ये जो चैप्टर शुरू होने से पहले इंट्रोडक्शन देते हैं ना, चैप्टर शुरू होने से पहले यहाँ पर इंट्रोडक्शन दिया है, इवन दैट यू हैव टू नो, बिकॉज दिस टाइम देयर वाज वन क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज रिडक्शन बायोलॉजी. वो था चैप्टर 5 में. इफ यू ओपन चैप्टर 5 यूनिट विच यूनिट इज दैट, यूनिट 3 के इंट्रोडक्शन में, नो यूनिट 3 ओपन कर लो. दैट इज पेज नंबर 84. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि इंट्रोडक्शन में लास्ट 3 लाइन्स में दिया हुआ है रिडक्शनिस्ट बायोलॉजी का मतलब क्या है. बच्चे क्या करते हैं, इंट्रोडक्शन छोड़ते हैं, समरी छोड़ देते हैं. तो क्वेश्चन इधर से आया था. सो इवन टुमारो इफ दे आस्क वेयर इज एनसीईआरटी प्रिंटेड, आई वोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड. So the whole textbook आपको you have to remember, 11th and 12th textbook, each and every corner. That's why we say for biology NCERT is Bible. How precious our religious book is, so precious this is for your biology. Okay, for physics and chemistry I don't think NCERT is so important, but for biology NCERT is very much important. ओके, सो यहाँ पर क्या होता है कि यू मस्ट हैव सीन समरी को हम इसलिए नेग्लेक्ट करते हैं क्योंकि चैप्टर पूरा पढ़ के हो गया, उसी का तो ओवरव्यू होगा नहीं. एनसीईआरटी बुक में ऐसा नहीं होता है, समरी में भी आपको नया पॉइंट्स मिलेगा. ओके, सो वी आर नॉट सपोज टू लीव एनीथिंग फ्रॉम रिगार्डिंग द सिलेबस. ठीक है, हाँ. तो अभी हम चालू करेंगे, स्टार्ट करेंगे द लिविंग वर्ल्ड. Now in your book put down the heading as the living world. इस बार तो सुना होगा ना आप लोगों ने, पेपर टफ था, पेपर लेंथी था, यही सब इंट्रोडक्शन समरी से सब क्वेश्चन उठाए थे, बच्चे कभी पढ़े ही नहीं थे. ओके, what happened with the most of the students, how to deal with the paper, I'll tell you all. See, you all are biology students. I know some of you all love physics, some of you all have love towards chemistry, but when it is biology, your main strength is biology. Okay, and biology has the highest marks. However difficult the paper is, always start your paper from biology. Biology is the last section you'll be having. First you have physics, chemistry and biology. This is how the paper goes. What do people think is like, I might forget the formulas, let me do physics first. And most of the people who started with physics is only like, it's 3 hours paper, so it's meant to be given like फिजिक्स के लिए 1 आवर, केमिस्ट्री के लिए 1 आवर, बायोलॉजी के लिए 1 आवर. बायोलॉजी के लिए इससे भी जल्दी हो जाता है पेपर. ओके, तो बच्चे बहुत सारे, हमारे ही बच्चे बहुत सारे फिजिक्स से शुरू किया, तो फिजिक्स ही 1.5 आवर गया उन लोगों को, क्योंकि सारे क्वेश्चंस नए नए थे, एडवांस लेवल थे. ओके, तो हमेशा पेपर कहाँ से शुरू करना है, बायोलॉजी से शुरू करना है. आपको भी जब भी FLT होता है, मैथ होता है, कोई भी यहाँ का एग्ज़ाम होता है, पहले बायोलॉजी से शुरू करना. कितना भी बायोलॉजी टफ है ना, यू कैन सॉल्व. सो अंदर से आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डअप हो जाएगा. सी एटलीस्ट आई मेड हाफ ऑफ द पेपर. देन यू कैन टैकल इन फिजिक्स एंड केमिस्ट्री. वंस योर एंग्जाइटी इज लो ना, then whatever the difficult paper is, you will do it. So always start your paper with biology. And also there is a pattern of doing the paper. If you find when you're reading, obviously your heartbeat is very fast at that time and they give the paper. एक question तुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, first time when you see the first question you are not understanding, leave it, don't think about it. Try to search questions where you can answer within a second. There were many questions like that where options were also not required. Try to answer that. That will lower your heartbeat. That will lower your anxiety level. Then you will come to normal. तब ये difficult question पढ़ लो, तब आंसर आएगा. Okay? So सिर्फ पढ़ना नहीं है नीट. नीट is not only about studying. It's about like in that 3 hours how you tackle it. बहुत बच्चे पूरा 100% कोशिश करते हैं, उधर जाकर ब्लैंक आउट हो जाते हैं. There are many students, even for small exams, your seniors, FLT, MAT, they are very good, they are prepared everything. The moment we give the paper, they become blank. They say that we can't see the paper, we can't see the letters also. So much nervousness. This shouldn't be the situation. So first, how you have to do? Answer the easy questions. Don't even go to see the long big questions. And then slowly go. The difficult question should be taken at the last, like when you have that 1 hour. Okay, it's all about practice, how you are doing NEET. वो 3 घंटा है ना, that is the important crucial time which decides. Okay, fine. So in this chapter, this is a very easy chapter. Okay, इस बार एक question आया था इस chapter से. From last 2 years, they are not asking any questions from this chapter because this is the very easiest chapter, and you might feel this chapter is very boring. Yes, it is, because it's all about basics. The name only says living world. Okay, so we are going to start from such a basic that I will be teaching today what is non-living thing and what is living thing. Okay, but still you have to study. Okay, so इस बार एक question आया था. हमेशा एक से ज़्यादा questions नहीं आते. So the whole chapter is for how many marks? 4 marks. Okay, that's the weightage of this chapter. Okay, so let's start with the easiest one, and then as we are going in the further classes, we'll go for the difficult topics. Okay, now what do you think living is? Now we say that life is only on earth, no? Till now कहीं पर भी हमने life देखा नहीं है कोई और planet में. क्यों earth में life है? What is the reason to be there is a life on earth? Water, very good. Water is the main reason.
Optimal distance from the sun. Not too hot, not too cold.
That doesn't matter much, because if we were at the place of Mars also, it would be fine. It will be much pleasant. Okay. Oxygen is not a main thing because there are many organisms who don't take oxygen. Water is the very atmosphere is one of the thing. Water is the main thing. See, when we say life, there are so many organisms. We call them as anoxygenic organisms. For them, oxygen is toxic. You find them near the volcanoes. There are bacteria. You must have heard about archaebacteria. सुना होगा. तो ये ना primitive organisms है, अभी भी है. कहाँ पर मिलेगा? Volcanoes कहाँ पर है? Sulfur springs किस जगह पर है? उधर मिलेगा. अगर इस बैक्टीरिया को मैं लेकर आऊँगी हमारे स्टेबल एटमॉस्फेयर में, वो मर जाएगा. सो ऑक्सीजन सारे ऑर्गेनिज्म के लिए फेवरेबल नहीं है. ठीक है. पानी इज वन ऑफ द मेन थिंग. लाइफ ऑन अर्थ इज बिकॉज ऑफ वाटर. दैट्स वाई ना हम लोग मून में या फिर मार्स में व्हाट डू वी फर्स्ट सर्च? पानी के ट्रेसेस. इफ देयर इज वाटर देन वी कैन लिव देयर. इफ देयर इज ट्रेसेस ऑफ वाटर देन वी कैन, इट्स हैबिटेबल. ओके. रिसेंटली आपको थोड़ा फिजिक्स के बारे में बताती हूँ. एक प्लैनेट people found it was like very millions of years far away from us, a planet which is bigger than earth, it seems double the size of earth. टेम्परेचर थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, अर्थ से भी ज़्यादा है. अगर यहाँ पर ऑप्टिमल 35 बोला तो उधर 45 है. पानी मिला उधर. जब उन लोगों ने वो इंफ्रारेड रेज, वो सारे रेजेस डाला, तब उनको पानी का स्पेक्ट्रम, वाटर स्पेक्ट्रम शोड द आंसर. सो वहाँ पर पानी मिला. सो जाहिर सी बात है अगर पानी है तो क्या होगा उधर? लाइफ होगा, है ना। लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है पता है, उसी प्लैनेट के बाजू में एक स्टार है विच इज़ इन ब्लैक होल, विच इज़ गोइंग टू बिकम ब्लैक होल। तो ब्लैक होल क्या करेगा, खींचेगा प्लैनेट को, तो वो प्लैनेट में भी ज़्यादा सालों तक नहीं रहेगा। ओके तो इसलिए अभी तक अर्थ इज़ ओनली द प्लैनेट विच हैज़ लाइफ। ठीक है, तो लाइफ ऑन अर्थ इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ वाटर वैसे। हाँ ठीक है, सो राइट डाउन फर्स्ट पॉइंट। लाइफ ऑन अर्थ is because of water. What do you mean by living? Living का मतलब क्या है, जिसमें लाइफ है उसको लिविंग बोलते हैं ना। सो राइट डाउन, लिविंग मीन्स which has life in it. Okay, so you know in your 4th standard or 3rd standard you will have learnt that what is living beings का मतलब क्या है, non living beings का मतलब क्या है ना, आप लोगों ने पढ़ा है। How will you characterize, how will you say that I am living and this bench is non living?
Living things generally
Reproduce generally, okay.
They follow the 7 life processes.
What are the 7 life processes?
Movement, growth, sensibility, respiration, reproduction.
ओके, मूवमेंट दिखाता है, ठीक है। दोजो रेस्पायर, ओके, रेस्पिरेशन दिखाता है, ठीक है। लेकिन आई वॉन्ट से रिप्रोडक्शन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, है ना, क्योंकि देर आर मेनी स्टेराइल कपल्स हु डू नॉट रिप्रोड्यूस। बट हाउ कैन, इफ रिप्रोडक्शन वॉज इंपॉर्टेंट क्राइटेरिया, then we couldn't say that they are human beings, I mean they are living beings, है ना। There are so many people, you all also didn't never reproduce.
is biologically capable of reproducing, hence
No, I'm talking about the individualistic. Individualistic, how you are classifying that you are living and your pouch is not living.
So not reproduction?
No, both are not reproducing, okay.
No. I mean, humans are capable of reproducing, but it's not.
Individually, okay. Having, हाँ, cellular cell is one of the right thing. Cell, mitosis, meiosis happens in the cell. A living means it is made up of cell, है ना. That's why we say cell is the functional and structural and functional unit of a life. Okay, cell is correct. Growth, even they say that Himalayas are growing, you know that? Because of the movement of tectonic plates, even they are growing. So I don't think growth will be the right one, because any expansion is called as growth. Okay, so how do we classify living and non-living? Is we have 2 features. Now we say one is defining features and one is characteristic features. Now the points which come under defining features properly define what is living. Now if I say what is the definition of photosynthesis, आप लोग क्या बोलोगे कि this is done by plants, they have a special pigment called chlorophyll, they take in carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight, using water they will convert carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen is released. So this definition properly holds good for photosynthesis, है ना, और कोई process ही नहीं है photosynthesis में. तो जैसे मैंने defining feature बोला, under defining feature जो points आते हैं ना, वो living organism में 100% देखने को मिलेगा. अगर देखने को नहीं मिलेगा तो वो organism living नहीं है. Okay? Another feature is there, that is characteristic feature. That is a feature, मतलब ये living organism भी दिखाता है, non living organism भी दिखाता है. समझा? ओके, नाउ राइट डाउन the two features which help non-living beings to distinguish between living ones are put to arrow marks, something like this. Under 1, write down defining feature. And in another one, write down characteristic feature. So, under defining feature, write down present in all living organisms, without any exception. Without any exception. So, मतलब defining feature is only present in living organisms. Next characteristic feature में देखो present in living and non-living organisms. Under defining feature, write down first feature is, first one, metabolism. Just put number 1. Number 1, metabolism. Number 2, cellular organization. Number 3 is consciousness. Okay. Under characteristic feature में एक ही आता है, that is growth. Okay. So, these three, if this bottle is able to show metabolism, if this bottle is made up of made up of cellular organization, and if it is showing consciousness, then I can say this bottle is living organism. So, these are the 3 features which differentiate between living and non-living. So, जो भी defining में आया है ना 3 features, ये सिर्फ किस में देखने को मिलेगा? living में. और जो characteristic feature का point है वो किस में देखने को मिलेगा? both living and non-living, दोनों दिखाते हैं. समझ में आया सबको? Okay, tell me what are the characteristic feature? Present in both living and non-living. Which is that? Growth. And which features are only present in living organism? Consciousness. Okay, fine. अब reproduction को क्या बोले? है ना? Non-living तो बिल्कुल नहीं करता. मैंने अगर घर पे पैसे रखा है तो डबल नहीं होता. मुझे तो शेयर मार्केट में डालना चाहिए, बैंक में डालना चाहिए, है ना? तो नॉन लिविंग बीइंग्स रिप्रोड्यूस नहीं करता. अगर आपके पास नया फ़ोन आईफोन है, कल तो 2 नहीं हो जाएगा. लेकिन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स करते हैं, है ना? रिप्रोडक्शन तो होता है. तो हम रिप्रोडक्शन को स्पीशीज वाइज रिप्रोडक्शन इज करेक्ट, बट इंडिविजुअली वी कैन नॉट से. देर आर एनिमल्स विच हैवंट रिप्रोड्यूस, देर आर प्लांट्स विच आर नॉट रिप्रोड्यूसिंग. तो इसीलिए रिप्रोडक्शन को हम बोलते हैं एक्सेप्शनल फीचर. इट इज ओनली शोन बाय लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स बट इज अ एक्सेप्शन फॉर दैट. Even if an organism, if it is showing metabolism, if it is showing cellular organization, if it is showing consciousness, and if it does not show reproduction, it is a living organism. If an organism shows reproduction, consciousness, cellular organization as well as metabolism, even that time it is a living organism. Okay. So, reproduction is considered as exceptional feature. So, write down note. Note reproduction is considered as an exceptional feature of living organism. Okay. Fine. Now we will study what actually growth is. Okay. So put a heading, a side heading as characteristic feature. Characteristic feature. Which is the characteristic feature? Growth. है ना? Characteristic feature उसके नीचे number 1 growth. Is everybody understanding? समझ में आ रहा है? ओके. ग्रोथ का मतलब क्या है? ग्रोथ का मतलब क्या है? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ग्रोथ?
Physical growth. Physical growth.
What is physical growth?
Increase in the holistic size of an
Okay.
object.
Fine. Cells divide or multiply over here, correct. So we say growth as there is increase in mass. Mass also increases as well as there is increase in size for multicellular organism. But when it comes to unicellular organism, I will say increase in individuals. मतलब इनके number of cells increase होता है, इसकी वजह से increase in mass हो जाता है. So it is different for unicellular as well as multicellular organism. देखो मेरे पास एक अमीबा था. लेट मी टेक, अमीबा का वेट नहीं होता है 1 ग्राम. लेट मी टेक इजी कैलकुलेशन के लिए 1 ग्राम. इसने माइटोसिस किया तो अभी 2 अमीबा बन गया. मतलब ये दोनों अलग अलग है. सो वी विल कॉल देम एज इंडिविजुअल्स.
4 हो गया ना मेरा.
नहीं, ये डिवाइड होता है. माइटोसिस में 2 होता है, मियोसिस में 4 होता है.
Sorry.
ओके. अभी ये दोनों हो गए तो अभी नंबर ऑफ अमीबा इंक्रीज हो गया ना, इंक्रीज इन इंडिविजुअल भी हो गया. अभी ये भी बड़ा हो जाएगा, 1 ग्राम बन जाएगा, ये भी 1 ग्राम. मतलब टोटल में कितने ग्राम्स मिल गया? 2. तो मास भी इंक्रीज हो गया, इंडिविजुअल भी इंक्रीज हुआ, है ना. लेकिन हमारे बॉडी में हम तो पूरा एक मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म है. आप जब 5 साल के थे, यू वर हार्डली आई कैन से 15-20 kgs. ओके. Now 10 years later you must have become 45 to 50 kgs. Mass has increased. Do you fit in the same clothes? No, size has increased. So for multicellular organism it is increase in mass and increase in size. What is for unicellular organism? Increase in mass and increase in number of individuals. Samjha? Okay. So we call this as twin characteristics of growth. So what is the twin characteristics of growth for multicellular organism? Increase in mass and increase in size. Very good. For unicellular organisms, mass and individual. Samjha? Okay, this is what we are going to write. Write down first point. Increase in mass you are understanding? Not being left out, no? Increase in mass plus increase in number of cells. Number of cells in the bracket individual लिखो. in the bracket individual. For unicellular organism, for unicellular organism,
So this was for unicellular.
हाँ, for unicellular organism is called twin characteristics of growth. How many of you all are having a module at present? Okay, fine. Next point. Turn off this fan. वो चाहिए? बंद करो या चाहिए? ठीक है. ये क्या साउंड?
Mine. I think.
This mic is making sound. Okay. हाँ. Next, write down. Increase in mass plus increase in size for multicellular organisms, is the twin characteristics of growth. Now there are two types of growth. Put a point. Next point. There are two types of growth. There are two types of growth. What happened?
Twin growth of Can you repeat?
Increase in mass and increase in size for multicellular organism is the twin characteristics of growth. Both need growth. There are two types of growth. Can you put two columns? Make two columns. Make two columns. In the first column, write down extrinsic growth.
I'm sorry.
Extrinsic growth. Extrinsic growth. Okay. In the second column, write down intrinsic growth. So extrinsic growth means we consider it as external growth only from outside. Okay. And intrinsic growth is a growth which happens within, from inside. Okay. So write down extrinsic growth. Under that, it is a external growth. It is a external growth. It is a external growth where growth is taking place externally. Where growth is taking place externally. Okay. For intrinsic growth, write down it is an internal growth. Okay. Now I'll tell you what is extrinsic growth. Now you must have seen sand dunes, है ना? Desert गए हो कभी? राजस्थान और दुबई, you must have gone, है ना? Sand dunes तो पता है ना कि सडनली अगर डेजर्ट में तूफान आता है, एक जगह से सारे सैंड गोज एंड फॉल्स ऑन द अदर साइड. तो पहले एक साइड पर बस इतना था. अभी बिकॉज ऑफ एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ मोर एंड मोर सैंड यहाँ पर एक माउंटेन जैसा हो जाएगा. तो ये ग्रोथ कैसे हुआ? बाहर एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ सैंड, मतलब ये था माउंटेन, इसके ऊपर बहुत सैंड गिरने की वजह से ये बन गया बहुत बड़ा माउंटेन. सेम थिंग व्हेन इट कम्स टू माउंट एवरेस्ट. अभी इफ यू सी द हाइट ऑफ माउंट एवरेस्ट, इट इज सम किलोमीटर्स मोर ड्यूरिंग जनवरी फेब्रुवरी. व्हाई? आइस डेपोजिशन. Because of ice deposition it's growing. But when you see it in June, July, May, June, July, वो ice पिघल जाएगा. Now it comes back to its height. मतलब ये जो नॉन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स में होता है ग्रोथ, बाहरी ग्रोथ, इट्स ओनली फ्रॉम बिकॉज ऑफ एक्यूमुलेशन. बट लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स में ऐसा नहीं है. लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स ऑलवेज ग्रोज फ्रॉम इनसाइड. नाउ कंपेयर योरसेल्फ ओनली. When you were 5 years old, maybe your stomach was so small. Now the size of the stomach has also increased. Your outer external skin is an organ, है ना? Largest organ of our body is skin. Even that has expanded. मतलब बाहर का भी growth है, अंदर का भी growth है. तो इसको हम बोलते हैं intrinsic growth. और एक चीज़ आपने observe किया होगा, extrinsic growth is reversible. अभी मैंने बोला कि mountains, especially Mount Everest, December, January they are at their peak and then it reduces. Again it reaches its height, then again it reduces. मतलब it is reversible. But can we go back to the age when we were 5 years old? No. So intrinsic growth is irreversible, whereas extrinsic growth is reversible. Understood? Okay. So let's write the next point, that is extrinsic growth is reversible growth. Extrinsic growth is reversible growth. Next point, intrinsic growth is, under intrinsic growth is irreversible growth. Okay. Next point, under extrinsic growth, seen in non-living organisms. Seen in non-living organisms. And intrinsic growth is seen in living organisms. For extrinsic growth, example, mountains, sand dunes, etc. And for intrinsic growth, child to adult. हो गया? Okay, so this was about growth. Now we'll study the next character, that is reproduction. Now what type of character is reproduction? What type of feature is reproduction? Exceptional feature. Okay. Now put a heading as exceptional feature. Second one, AMOEBA. Second one is budding. Have you heard budding? Have you heard a plant, animal called hydra? है ना? It belongs to coelenterata. I don't know whether you will remember. Hydra. Hydra क्या करेगा? उसी के जैसे एक उसके साइड में एक छोटा सा बड आएगा और जैसे वो बड बड़ा होगा it gets cleaved from the mother part and it grows separately. Okay? हाँ. So you can also see budding happening in yeast. Yeast is a unicellular what? What is it? What kind of organism? Yes, fungi. It's a unicellular fungi. Okay. It produces small buds on its surface, or each one can develop into a separate yeast. Okay. So budding के लिए example लिखो, hydra, yeast. Third one is fragmentation. Now this fragmentation is always shown by organisms which are having like this filamentous structure, which are like this, like a filamentous structure. No, starfish is not, doesn't show fragmentation.
No, it removes.
That's
one of the-
regeneration. Okay. Now anything which is like this filamentous is able to show fragmentation. मतलब अगर मैंने ये फिलामेंट को इधर कट किया, ये इंडिविजुअल अलग स्पीशी, अलग ऑर्गेनिज्म इंडिविजुअल बनेगा, ये पार्ट और एक अलग इंडिविजुअल बनेगा. सो जिनके पास फिलामेंट है only they show fragmentation. Okay, so write down fragmentation hyphen. Example is filamentous, Spirogyra, correct. Spirogyra is a algae, वो दिखाता है. Example, filamentous fungi, comma filamentous algae, filamentous fungi, comma filamentous algae, comma Protonema of moss. What is this? We will come to know very soon. Protonema, P-R-O-T-O, Protonema, N-E-M-A, P-R-O-T-O, filamentous, M-A-N-T-S, Protonema, P-R-O-T-O-N-E-M-A, Protonema of moss. Moss पता है ना आप लोगों को? You must have seen on the during rainy season you can see on the wall that velvet like thing. देखा होगा ना, पुराने walls के ऊपर ऐसे velvet like green आते हैं, ऐसे hair like structures रहता है, उसी को moss बोलते हैं. ठीक है. हाँ, अभी next one is true regeneration. Fourth one is true regeneration. True regeneration. Okay. अभी ये true regeneration, false regeneration है क्या? Just now, what's your name? Sanjana. Okay. Sanjana mentioned about starfish. She told that starfish shows a kind of asexual reproduction. Now what happens? Now if this is a starfish during any injury or while fighting with its predator, there is a chances of it to lose one of its arm. Okay. Now when this arm has been lost, now it's armless, है ना? ये वाला नहीं रहेगा. ये वाला part is going to fall on the ground in the water and degenerate. लेकिन उसको यहाँ से एक नया आर्म का प्रोडक्शन शुरू होगा. इसको हम बोलते हैं रीजनरेशन. मतलब इट इज गेटिंग द लॉस्ट पार्ट. सेम थिंग विद ऑक्टोपस. ऑक्टोपस हैज 8 tentacles. Okay. Now if it loses one of its tentacle, it's going to fall to the ground. It's getting degenerated and a new tentacle is going to come. Okay. So इसको बोलेंगे हम regeneration. Now what is a true regeneration? You must have heard about an organism which belongs to tapeworm family. Tapeworm पता है ना, जो पेट में रहता है. Okay. Tapeworm family में एक organism है जिसको हम बोलते हैं प्लेनेरिया. सुना होगा इसके बारे में. Okay. It's a free living organism, belongs to phylum of tapeworm. Tapeworm जिस phylum में belong होता है, Platyhelminthes. SSC वालों को अच्छे से पता होगा इसके बारे में. Okay? हाँ. तो प्लेनेरिया क्या करेगा? अगर प्लेनेरिया को मैंने कट किया, ये वाला पार्ट अपना एब्डोमेन प्रोड्यूस करेगा और ये वाला पार्ट हेड एंड थोरैक्स प्रोड्यूस करेगा. मतलब एक प्लेनेरिया से मुझे मिला 2. आप बोल सकते हैं मैम तो ये तो बाइनरी फिजन है. ये बिल्कुल बाइनरी फिजन जैसा ही है, बट बाइनरी फिजन इज फॉर यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स. Now planaria is a multicellular organisms. अगर multicellular organisms are showing binary fission, we call it as true regeneration. You must have heard about that lizard. If it loses its tail, it can regenerate. वो बस regeneration है. लॉस्ट पार्ट उसको मिल रहा है वापस। ट्रू रीजनरेशन में एक नया लाइफ होगा, शुरू होगा। समझा डिफरेंस बिटवीन रीजनरेशन एंड ट्रू रीजनरेशन? ओके, सो ट्रू रीजनरेशन के लिए एग्जांपल लिखो, प्लेनेरिया। Example, planaria. Is everybody understanding? Okay. ठीक है. Next we will see this finishes the types of asexual reproduction. Next point, this is the next point under reproduction itself. Okay. Now I told you that this is an amoeba. This just showed binary fission and produced 2 new amoeba. What is this process known as? Mitosis. Okay. Can I say it as reproduction?
Yeah.
You'd call it as reproduction because it produced 2 new life. Can I call it as growth?
No.
Why? Just now you told. What is growth? Increase in mass and increase in individual. Even that is happening, no? Right? Number of individuals are increasing. Now weight will increase. Right? So what is correct? Growth is correct or reproduction is correct? Both are correct. So for unicellular organisms, you can either say it as reproduction or you can say it as growth. Now if this group is saying growth and this group is saying reproduction, both are equally correct. They are like synonyms. You can use growth or you can use reproduction only for unicellular organisms. Now when it comes to multicellular organisms, you saw a boy when he was 5 years old and you are seeing after 3 or 4 years old, somebody from your family, and he has grown. Obviously he will grow after 3 or 4 years old when he is 9 years old. Will you tell its mother, wow, what a reproduction your son has done? How does it sound? एक छाटा मारेगी उसकी माँ, है ना? तो मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म के लिए ग्रोथ अलग है, रिप्रोडक्शन अलग है. यू कांट ब्रिंग इट टुगेदर. सो वी से दैट, राइट डाउन. In unicellular organisms, growth and reproduction are mutually inclusive events. Inclusive events. INCLUSIVE, inclusive events. Or they can be used as, synonyms. Next point. In multicellular organisms, growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. Okay. Next point. Reproduction is considered as an exceptional feature even though it is only shown by living organisms, even though it is only shown as living organisms, shown by living organisms, only shown by living organisms, because human sterile couple comma mule, M-U-L-E. You know what is mule? It is a baby of donkey and horse. Donkey belongs to a different species, horse belongs to a different species. They were artificially mated and the baby is known as mule. Now this mule looks like horse, like it is having a bigger body as like horse. M-U-L-E. L-L-E. So it has a big, कितना बड़ा है? हॉर्स जितना बड़ा है और इसके पास हॉर्स जैसे जल्दी भाग सकता है, प्लस डोंकी का स्टैमिना है. Donkey can take so many things on it and walk, no? Just like that this can do. So if you go to Kashmir, wherever you want to, some places or Kedarnath over there, those people, they don't use horse. Those are mules what they use. Horse wouldn't have allowed to make so many people on it, sit on its back and climb the hill. Horse is a very aggressive animal. Ek marega. Okay. So those which they use in Kedarnath or Amarnath, all that places, no, आपने देखा होगा कि हॉर्स के ऊपर बैठकर जा सकते हो, वो हॉर्स नहीं है, वो दैट इज़ अ म्यूल. म्यूल इज़ एज शांत एज डोंकी. बिठाता है कितने लोगों के अपने पीछे और लेकर जाता है. ओके, दे हाइब्रिडाइज म्यूल एंड दे यूज इट फॉर दिस पर्पस टू कैरी द लगेज. ओके, सो म्यूल, स्टेराइल ह्यूमन कपल, म्यूल, कॉमा worker bees. Worker bees. Worker bees do not reproduce. Do not reproduce. Now I'll tell you some interesting facts about a bee. Okay, this is not in the syllabus, but I'll just tell you. I know because most of you are feeling bored. ये क्या है? Fourth standard we studied the same thing. Again we are doing the same thing. The first chapter ऐसा ही रहता है. Okay, हाँ. So you know that जैसे बहुत सालों पहले, अभी भी है लेकिन बहुत सालों पहले हमारे यहाँ पर तो कास्टिज्म था ना. Right? We had untouchables, we had Brahmins, we had Kshatriyas, all that four casteism we had. Bees के टेरिटरी में अभी भी ये कास्टिज्म है. Okay, so in a beehive there are 3 castes. Okay, not this is same thing for ants also. In ants also you see the same thing. The supreme one is known as queen bee. Okay, she is the ruler, queen bee. तो क्वीन बी का मतलब ये क्या होगा? ये फीमेल होगी. ओके, हाँ. सेकेंड कास्ट जो आता है वो है ड्रोन्स. ड्रोन्स. ओके, ये क्या है? ये मेल है. दीज आर मेल. ओके, इनका एक ज़्यादा काम नहीं होता है. इनका काम क्या है कि अंडे को फर्टिलाइज करना. जो भी क्वीन अंडा रखती है, क्वीन इज़ फर्टाइल. ओके, शी इज़ फर्टाइल. सो जो भी क्वीन का काम है सिर्फ अंडे रखना और बाकी बीज उसकी सेवा करती है, उसको खाना भी वही खिलाती है. हर ओनली वर्क इज़ टू ले एग्स एंड देयर इज ओनली वन क्वीन इन द बीहाइव. तो ड्रोन्स मेल है. अगर ये इनके अंडे को फर्टिलाइज कर रहा है तो ये भी फर्टाइल है. सो ड्रोन्स आर ऑल्सो फर्टाइल. नेक्स्ट जो अनटचेबल्स जैसा है यहाँ पर है वो है वर्कर बीज। वर्कर बीज अभी नाम देखकर ही पता चलेगा ये बहुत काम करने वाले हैं। ओके, ये फीमेल होते हैं। क्यों इनको इतना काम देते हैं? बिकॉज दे आर स्टेराइल। Since they cannot produce progeny, they have all the work. They have to go hunt the honey, hunt the nectar. Far away they have to go hunt the nectar. After that, keep the beehive clean. Okay, they are very much, they have OCD. Bees को अपना hive अच्छे clean रखना चाहिए. Clean the beehives. Take care of the upcoming larvas. Feed the nectar to this upcoming larva. ये सब काम किसके ऊपर है? वर्कर बी के ऊपर है। दो उसके बच्चे नहीं है, वो तो क्वीन के बच्चे हैं, उन्हीं का उनका ख्याल रखना है। ओके, अभी ये ऐसा डिवीजन हुआ कैसे? दिस इज बेस्ड ऑन द क्रोमोसोम्स। देखो हमारे यहाँ पर मेल के पास कौन सा क्रोमोसोम है? A child has to become a male, then what chromosome it has to require? XY. And for a female, ये पता है ना? बीज में ऐसा नहीं है। बीज में स्पेशल क्रोमोसोम, मतलब इनको बोलते हैं हम सेक्स क्रोमोसोम्स, है ना? XX and XY are the sex chromosomes. ऐसा नहीं होता इनमें। इनमें सेक्स क्रोमोसोम नहीं है। इनमें नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स विल टेल यू द जेंडर। नाउ टू बिकम अ फीमेल यू आर सपोज टू बिकम डिप्लॉयड। डिप्लॉयड का मतलब 2 सेट ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स होना चाहिए। सुना होगा ना 2N डिप्लॉयड, सब लोगों ने सुना है ना? तो दैट इज 32 क्रोमोसोम्स। 32 chromosomes. Even this is a female, so she is also going to have, she is also diploid having 32 chromosomes. मेल बनने के लिए you have to be haploid. मतलब कितने क्रोमोसोम्स? 16 क्रोमोसोम्स। ओके, अगर किसी के पास 16 क्रोमोसोम से आधा क्रोमोसोम से वो मेल बनेगा, 2N है तो वो फीमेल बनेगा। यहाँ तक समझ में आया? सबको समझ में आया? ओके, नाउ लेट्स सी फीमेल का काम क्या, क्वीन का काम क्या है? टू lay eggs. Okay, so she is going to lay eggs. So let me take, these are eggs and eggs are haploid. तो कौन सा डिवीजन हुआ है इधर? क्या? जोर से, I can't hear. Eggs are haploid. All these are eggs. ये haploid है। तो मतलब 32 को मुझे 16 होने में एक स्पेशल डिवीजन है ना? सुना होगा मियोसिस। तो यहाँ पर हुआ है मियोसिस। मियोसिस इज कॉल्ड एज रिडक्शनल डिवीजन। पता है आप लोगों को, है ना? तो eggs are produced by meiosis. Now male will produce sperms. Now these sperms are also haploid. तो यहाँ पर हुआ क्या है? ये भी haploid है, ये भी haploid है। तो यहाँ पर हुआ है माइटोसिस। करेक्ट, माइटोसिस हुआ है। आपको पता है मैंने अंडे क्यों ज्यादा लिखा है? 1 meiosis gives 4 cells and 1 mitosis gives 2 cells. So अंडे ज्यादा होंगे compared to sperms. करेक्ट? अभी sperms है, egg है, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? fertilization. ओके, तो let me change the color. तो I am going to pick few eggs which are fertilized. तो ये वाला egg fertilize हुआ। कितने हैं? 1 2 3 4 5 6 eggs should be fertilized. 2 3 4 5 6. Now 6 eggs got fertilized. So after fertilization, what are they going to become? जाइगोट, है ना, ये जाइगोट बनेगा, ये भी जाइगोट, ये भी जाइगोट, ये भी जाइगोट, जाइगोट। तो फर्टिलाइजेशन का मतलब क्या है कि फ्यूजन। तो जाइगोट का प्लॉइडी क्या होगा 32, है ना, 16 + 16 क्या 32। तो जाइगोट का प्लॉइडी होगा 32, 32, 32, 32। ओके, तो जो अंडे फर्टिलाइज हुए थे दे आर गोइंग टू डेवलप इनटू फीमेल। जो अंडे फर्टिलाइज हुए थे दे आर गोइंग टू डेवलप इनटू फीमेल, क्योंकि फीमेल का क्रोमोसोम क्या है, वो क्वीन हो या फिर वर्कर भी हो, 32 है। बाकी अंडे ऐसे ही हैच होंगे। ओके, बाकी अंडे विदाउट फर्टिलाइजेशन दे आर गोइंग टू गेट hatched. They also say this as virgin birth because there is no encounter of a male, है ना। These, the rest of the eggs are also going to get hatched and they are going to turn into male. ये बन जाएंगे drones। समझ में आया सबको, क्योंकि ड्रोन के पास कितने क्रोमोसोम्स है, तो समझ में आया कैसे ड्रोन हैप्लॉइड हुआ। तो ड्रोन के पास सिर्फ मम्मी है, डैडी नहीं है। अंडरस्टैंडिंग, ड्रोन हैज ओनली अ मदर whereas a female will be having father as well as mother. ऐसे बर्थ where only mother is involved उसको बोलते हैं हम parthenogenesis. Okay, this is known as parthenogenesis. Okay, now this is the next progeny. Obviously queen is not going to live forever, she is going to die. So before dying queen only chooses her next heir. Okay, so in any egg which is at the center, no, queen puts a special nectar. Queen in any of the egg, she puts a special nectar and this is known as royal jelly. Do you know how nectar is produced? Nectar, no, how honey is produced?
The nectar is taken from the flowers.
Yeah, you know what does this honey bee do? They suck the nectar from the plants. Plant के स्टिग्मा पर होता है नेक्टर, तो नेक्टर को सक करेंगे, अपने बी हाइव में जाएंगे, they take it inside their gut and they puke it out. That is how that honey becomes so sticky. Nectar is like a juice, पतला है, तो they add some enzymes and make the honey sticky. Okay, so honey is nothing but it is whose vomit? Bees vomit we are eating. Such a yummy thing is bees vomit. Okay, that's the truth. Okay, now the same thing the queen bee is going to do. She gets the nectar, she eats the nectar and then she pukes in any one of the egg, and that is called as royal jelly. This jelly has enzymes that will activate the ovaries of the upcoming baby.
So the royal jelly, it's genetically different.
Huh?
It's genetically different, the royal jelly.
Yeah, royal jelly is genetically different. You actually get, you go to East, no, Thailand and Vietnam, they actually remove this royal jelly and they say that if you apply to your skin, your skin is going to become young. You get that creams over there. I don't know how truth it is, but they sell royal jelly over there. You go to east side Thailand over there, no, they massage in that and they say that you will lose your wrinkles and you'll get a very tight skin. I don't know how true it is, but they do it. Okay, so they give creams are available in the form of royal jelly. So royal jelly is put in only one egg. So जैसे ये zygote hatch होगा, बेबी आएगा बाहर, पहले क्या करेगा, वो रॉयल जेली को खाएगा, वो रॉयल जेली उसके पेट में जाएगा और उस रॉयल जेली में है एंजाइम्स जो उसके ओवरी को एक्टिवेट करेगा। ओवरी जब एक्टिवेट होगा तो एग्स प्रोड्यूस होगा, तो ये बन गई ना अगले रानी, नेक्स्ट रानी. These did not eat royal jelly, so their ovary is not active, so that's why they are sterile. समझा बी की कहानी, how their dynasty runs? Understood everybody? Okay. So you did not write this, I just wanted to tell this is a fact. Okay. अभी थोड़ा हम मॉड्यूल करें. Okay. Can anybody give me your module? Thank you. So so what do I do is, so whatever is taught in today's class, I will give a test in the module itself. You did not open the module, you just revise now whatever is taught, and then we will make a leader board here. जो आपको बाहर दिखता है ना लीडर बोर्ड, ऐसे हम इधर वर्चुअल एक लीडर बोर्ड बनाएंगे. Okay, now just revise what is done. Till then I'll mark and tell you. You all share, okay? One module per bench is enough. So somebody from the last bench can give. You all have 2 modules, no? Give 1 module to them. Why you all don't have a module? You all didn't get? You all didn't get? Okay. Fine. Now open page number 5 in the module. Page number 5. Question number 7. Per question is 4 marks and negative is -1, just like NEET pattern, okay? Question number 7, question number 8, question number 16. Page number 9, question number 2 and question number 3. Question number 3. Page number 11, sorry, page number 10, question number 1 and question number 2. Page number 11, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3 and question number 5. Page number 12.
Can you repeat the page 11?
Question 1, 2, 3, 5. Page number 12. 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Page number 13. Question 1. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you all don't answer on your module. In your book at the last page, over there you just write the question number, heading like say DPP1, yeah, NCERT Excel, like that heading, question number and option. That's it, only the option. Don't write it in the module. Whose book is this? I have marked it for you. Circle kiya hai. Okay, so totally how many questions are there? ठीक है, 15 मिनट्स में होना चाहिए. नहीं इसमें करो, क्योंकि बाद में भी तू प्रैक्टिस कर सकती है वहाँ पर. नेगेटिव के लिए -1 जाएगा, तो बी केयरफुल और कॉपी मत करो, ठीक है? हाँ, सिर्फ ऑप्शन को, क्वेश्चन नंबर ऑप्शन डिस्कस करें. ओके, नाउ पेज नंबर 5 का DPP1 में फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, इन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स रिप्रोडक्शन इज नॉट द सिनोनिम विथ ग्रोथ. सो यू नो आई हैड गिवन इट इज मल्टीसेलुलर, so you need to search a multicellular organism, not a multicellular organism. Okay, so bacteria is a multicellular organism, amoeba is a multicellular organism, है ना? Unicellular algae they have already mentioned, So what we have to see? We have to see where synonym, it is not a synonym, so it's a multicellular organism. So first here answer is unicellular. Amoeba is one celled. No, amoeba is unicellular, sorry, my bad. Bacteria is unicellular. Bacteria are always unicellular. Housefly is the answer. So those who have got answer 4, give yourself 4 marks. And if answer is wrong, -1. Okay. Second one, true regeneration was observed in हाइड्रा तो बडिंग था, स्पॉन्जर्स हम आगे देखेंगे वो सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन करते हैं, पोरीफेरा, प्लेनेरिया इज द आंसर, अमीबा ने किया बाइनरी फिशन. सो ऑप्शन 2, गिव योरसेल्फ 4 मार्क्स if it is correct. Next is question number 16. Which of the following is a defining characteristic of a living organism? Defining characteristics. So growth is not a defining characteristics. Ability to make sound ये भी नहीं है. There are organisms which don't make sound also. Reproduction तो नहीं है, exceptional. So response to external stimuli is nothing but consciousness. So option 4. Okay, responding to your external stimuli is the right one. Okay, now page number 9, NCERT beginners. Which statement is false about growth shown by non-living object? Which statement is false? The growth occurs from outside. The growth is reversible, ये भी सही है. The growth is due to the accumulation of material on the surface, वो भी सही है. So not for living, non-living organ, correct, false for non-living organism is growth is intrinsic. So option 4. Okay, the twin characteristics of growth is, इसमें option 1 ही है, increase in number of individual and increase in mass. So option 1. Okay, next is NCERT achievers. Which of the following is incorrect for reproduction? Unicellular organisms reproduce by cell division. That is correct. Reproduction is a characteristic feature of all living organisms. ये false है. हाँ, in unicellular organisms reproduction and growth are linked together. That is also correct. Non-living objects are incapable of reproduction. That is also correct. So option 2 is the answer. But you have to read other options also. कभी कभी क्या हो जाएगा कि you have to select which is more appropriate. Okay. So don't stop. If you, even if the answer is 1, please read the other options also. Select the correct statement for growth as one of the characteristic feature of living organism. Growth by increase in mass is the defining property of prokaryotic organisms only. Growth by increase in mass is a defining property. This is wrong, okay, because growth is not a defining property. Non-living objects do not show growth by increase in mass of the body. False. Intrinsic growth is a characteristic feature of all living organisms. This is the correct statement. Growth can be extrinsic or intrinsic for multicellular organism. No, for if it is a living organism, it is always intrinsic. So option 3. Okay, so option 3 is the right answer. So here in plant cell division occurs, it should be continuously. Plant में cell division हमेशा होता रहता है, whereas in animals it is up to a certain age. We don't grow after certain age. So option 2.
How is cell division in plants? There are permanent cells. Right?
But there are meristematic cells also in their body. We don't have meristematic cells in our body. So meristematic cells are always on the root tip and shoot tip, which makes them keep on growing for lifetime. But animals don't have that. In animals, growth, cell division occurs only to repair, not to grow. Okay. Which of the following groups consist of organisms which multiply by fragmentation? So I think that's option 3. Okay. Which of the following organisms do not reproduce? It should be all of these.
4, right?
Option 4. Which of the following sets do not contain defining characteristics of living organism, growth and reproduction, does not contain. Does not contain defining property. So I think here option 1 is the answer, because growth and reproduction are not the defining property. Incorrect about growth. Growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events in higher plants and animals. Sahi baat. When it is higher plants and animals, they are always multicellular. Okay. In living organisms, growth occurs from inside. That is correct. Non-living substances may also show growth, but from outside. That is also correct. So answer is option 4. Okay. In which organism reproduction can be considered as synonym with growth? Now you have to choose an unicellular organism. So it is amoeba, option 1. Starfish is multicellular, planaria is multicellular. I just told no while drawing planaria. Multicellular. I told you that if it is similar to binary fission, याद है मैंने बोला था कि इट इज सिमिलर टू बाइनरी फिजन, लेकिन बाइनरी फिजन सिर्फ यूनिसेलुलर में होता है. अगर बाइनरी फिजन जैसे रिप्रोडक्शन होता है मल्टीसेलुलर में, उसको हम बोलते हैं ट्रू रीजनरेशन. ओके, प्लेनेरिया इज मल्टीसेलुलर. इट्स सो बिग, इट्स एज बिग एज अ टेपवर्म. Tapeworm can be seen, no?
But it's not about size, right? Even an ostrich egg is unicellular, but it's huge.
Any egg is unicellular.
Yeah, but eggs, but it's huge, right?
It's huge, but tapeworm is a multicellular, no?
I don't understand this question.
In which organism reproduction can be considered as synonym? So where did we see growth and reproduction as synonym? In unicellular organism. So in this 4 you have to choose unicellular organism. No, it's multicellular. It's a multicellular organism. Planaria is also multicellular organism. Which of the following statement is false? No non-living objects exhibit metabolism. That's correct, no?
Yeah.
No non-living objects show reproduction. That is also correct. No non-living objects show growth. No, they show growth. So that is option 3. Okay, then it was a easy match the following. तो इसका तो 1 नहीं है. Okay. Now count your marks. First count how much is correct. Out of 15, how many are right? 12 are right. So 12 fours are 48. 3 are wrong. So from 48 minus 3. कितना करेक्ट है? तो तुम्हारा टोटल कितना है? 45. 13 करेक्ट है. 13 fours are 52. तो 2 wrong है. So 50 is the total marks.
So total was
Total was for 60 marks. 60.